I found in the last 40 or 50 years, 8 lost gold mines. So it's not like I'm some book-read, half-brained idiot.
So I'm with Lost Adams here. He's from the Washington, Oregon area, and he heard so much about the Lost Roads mines, the Uinta Mountains here, that he packed up from there and moved out here. And the reason he did is because he's got a special technique, and it's not special, it's just the way the old timers did it, is the way he's going to go and track down a certain mine. And I'm not going to tell you what or where, but he's got developed a way to find things. And like I said, it's not new, it's the way the old timers do it, and it's nothing for pocket gold. So he's going to be giving a class on how he's going to be systematically going through the areas and tracking down these areas and looking for the Lost Roads mine where he speculates it's at. And he's going to be teaching his class on how he's going to be doing that here. So give me a little highlight of what you're going to be talking about.
Well, what we're doing is my information. I got a lot of information from Tom Baumker. I used to be friends with him, and about 20 years ago. And he's got like the Gold Pander's Guide of Oregon Cascades. He's got another one here, Finding Pocket Gold in California's Klamath Mountains. He also mentions me in the credits in this book. But that's not the only thing. I'll just give you a short rundown here of my what I'm going to be teaching or talking about is the history of prospecting for gold veins and pockets. The chronological sequence would be the Egyptians, the Romans. Then I spent a lot of time up in Liberty, Washington, talking to the old timers up there and figuring out, looking at stuff they had. I was friends. I got to get in on the Potato Patch Gold, if anybody's ever watched that up there. I knew Andy Hendren, and I worked up there with my metal detector. And then we have soil sampling, panning in the creek, sluicing in the creek, soil sampling on the side hill with augers and geochemical. Then what I'll be doing is I'll teach you how to pan and recover minus 200 mesh gold every time. It's guaranteed. And you'll pick it up with a snuffer bottle. Some of you probably heard about the blueberry tap. I figured that out in 1980 while I was living out on the Middle Fork of the Yuba River in a little 7x7 cabin where I lived all winter, lived off the gold I took out. And I thought I was cool, but guess what? There ain't nothing new. Agris Gacola in his De Re Metallica has a picture of one of the guys standing in there with a big round thing suspended from 3 ropes, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's taking that concentrate that came out of the sluice box, put it in that dish, and bangs on it and has the gold crawl up, and then he spoons it out until they can get it, because that's how they concentrate it. And that's probably how the guys figured out how to make a Wilfie table or a bump table. Then geophysical prospecting. We can use electric soil sampling resistance. You can use self-potential. You can use electrical resistivity. Geochemical gold prospecting. You can sample for arsenic. But the sampling for arsenic has to be in an area where there's a lot of ferns, because the fern is one of the best collectors of arsenic out of the ground. And then, of course, the dithiazone colorimetric. So this is pretty much what we're going to be covering.
So I got to ask you. So what you're going to do in this breakout, and it's going to be 10 o'clock Saturday, the 29th. right?
Yep.
10 o'clock 29th here at the
To
Altamont.
5 o'clock.
So there's going to be all kinds of breakouts going on. We're going to have a breakout. You
Yep.
know, Lost Adams here is going to be talking about hunting for prospect or for pocket gold, but it's more than just that. It's trying to track down where the gold is at. You know.
Yep.
And so you're going to be going through and taking all your research from all these books and condensing it down into
And all my experience.
all your experience, condensing it down into to one thing. So so I got to ask you. So these mountains, you know, you're in California. Those mountains are old. They've weathered down.
Yep.
The gold is spread out a lot farther. But these mountains are new. The mountains haven't weathered down as much. You know, is this pocket gold hunting? Is this still a way, because they're newer, that you can still track down where the source is coming from, where somebody can take your information and figure out where the Lost Roads mine is?
Exactly. I've already, I mean, we're close. The thing is, what this does is, if you hear about a lost gold mine that's back up some certain creek or back in this area, this country, this watershed, I can tell you how to find it. That's how I hunt for these things.
And that's what you're going to be teaching.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we'll be learning, or that's what I'll be teaching. Because you can start out by just taking a little tiny sluice box, a little one of those Keen mini sluices, right? Just go down there and start taking some samples where you think stuff is, you know, snipe the pockets or whatever of sand and gravel down in the creek. Take it back up, pan it, make sure you recover your 200 mesh minus gold, because that's going to tell you, either under a microscope or with a 10 power loop or lens, what you're looking for. And what you're looking for is, you're looking for crystalline gold, preferably crystalline gold that is still attached to the quartz. And I'll have pictures so you can look at it and you can compare it to what placer gold looks like. It's been tumbled and beat up and flattened out. And that way you'll know what you're looking for. This is one of the key points of this whole thing. You know what you're looking for. Now, you can get in close to an area by simply going and tracing float. If you have quartz that's burnt and quartz that's got big, what they call bug holes in it, that's what we're doing. You follow that until you run out of it. When you run out of it, you know you got to be above or up creek from where it comes off the side of the mountain, one or the other. Which side's it on? Whichever, and then you start panning. And you do your pan samples, but you have to do it systematically. And it'll take you right back up, right to where that's coming from.
So that's what Bill's going to be teaching Saturday at 10 o'clock at the Altamont City Park, July 29th at our Moonlight Gathering, and we're going to have other people that are going to be setting up and talking about things. We're going to have some breakout sessions, people talking about the UFOs, breakout session, people talking about Bigfoot, breakout session of people talking about treasure hunting, breakout session, people talking about how to dowse, and Wild Bill here, how to find that Lost Roads mine, you know, track it back to the source from the creeks. So with that, Bill, man. Well,
the thing is, I found in the last 40 or 50 years, since the 70s, accumulated all this knowledge, but I found 8 lost gold mines. So it's not like I'm some book read half-brained idiot.
So that's why you moved here to Utah, and you're pretty confident.
Come down here to steal the king's gold.
You're pretty confident you're going to find what you're looking for, and you've got a specific area, and we're not going to talk about that.
No.
But these UNES are full of lost Spanish mines.
Yeah.
So there's more than just one here.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see everybody on July 28th, 29th at the Altamont, the Moon Lake Gathering at the Altamont City Park, and man, we're going to have a blast. So
All right.
that's a wrap.